Deep in the Underdark, under Hufshan, lies what used to be a great outpost. One of vigor and optimism with great growth and wealth and cooperation. But through the generations, it has become more of a place of great sorrow and feeling like they're trapped. It has been 150 years since any Drugar has been able to come into their great settlement. Sadly, when the settlement began, there were very few Drugar women to begin with. So the population, sadly, has struggled. Over 150 years, very few Drugar has ever been able to be born. And what stands before us is the last born Drugar to the last living female Drugar. His mother made a choice. Instead of die out and be barren the rest of her life and not be useful, she went to this Highborne University school where her and her husband and her brother all studied to hopefully be the hope to bring people in and out of the barrier and save their people. Even though she had a child, she knew that she'd never be able to have him again. And her husband worked valiantly to become qualified adventurers. Upon their graduation, so to speak, and their last missions to become full-fledged bubble adventurers, it's like tragedy struck. And our hero's father perished in a freak accident. And the mother of our hero's brother was maimed quite a bit. So the brother, named Gordon, was a skilled artificer, one of the best that the Academy had put out for a long time. Even though he was injured, he was asked to stay on and be a possible instructor for the future. But Gordon felt that his need was to be with his nephew and make sure to raise him correctly as the wishes of his sister. After all the tragedy, Gordon's sister realized that she's not going to let it be for naught, and went beyond the bubble's veil in hopes that could bring people and her people back. This has been 10 years since these tragic events. Uncle Gordon has called down his nephew down to the tomb of his brother. So Gordon has been training immensely for his young ward. So that way he may be given a choice. Follow in their family's footsteps, or take up the rightful heir and be the last commander of the Drugar. They have trained him for whichever choice that he wishes to make, being the last son of Drugar. So our character sits there knowing that there are less than 50 Drugar left. There are no females. There's no hope. The Drugar refuse to breed with anyone else. They know that the generations are nigh. Most of them are well over 250 years old. So being a young man has been rough. So he's been not really jolted over, because, being the youngest, they expect that his legacy could be all that remains in a few hundred years of the Drugar. Gordon asks his nephew to come in while he's tending.
Okay.
He is cleaning up his father's grave. So Gordon does not look at his nephew as he cleans the emblem on the grave. What emblem would you feel that fits your family? Being artists for
A cog crossed by a sword and a staff.
Oh, okay. So it's actually a cog. Okay. So it's like, does the sword and staff like holding the cog that sort of goes through?
Yeah.
So he cleans it. Amazingly, though, the cog spins, and so like any good artist for go through there, they went through. Uncle Gordon looks at his young ward and says, "Why I wasn't teacher material. I feel that I have taught you to the best of my abilities, and that the time of your arcane awakening is nigh."
Thank you, Uncle.
So before your awakening, just know that you have a choice. Many of our kind is old and feeble and aren't really pursuing our dreams and just hopes to fade away into obscurity. But you represent hope for us. The hope that we may continue, or at least be remembered, instead of the sorry folk that we've become, tending graves and watching the drow prosper and watching the humans prosper. If you have the ability, one way or another, to either be our last great king or follow in your mother's footsteps and gain enough power to take down the curse of the bubble of us coming and going, and bring back women and children, and make this place worthy of the Drugar once again. The choice is yours.
I wish to study to be a great adventurer to help repopulate our halls, Uncle.
Uncle spins the cog again. That's remembering. He's like, your father had great hopes, and he believed that you would not be the last of the Drugar, but the first of many. And now the last son will be the first to find many, as your mother has not come back. He said, I've always felt that your mother is still out there trying to find a way back in, with an army of Drugar ready to come in and save us. If you wish to go to the school, I've held off this final lesson for as long as I could. This final lesson is proof that you can build your craft that I've shown you. Inside this coffin are parts to build your first mechanical man based out of your father's bones. It's like they've been magically infused for you to create your golem that will serve you unconditionally. Infuse your magic into such bones, and have your father always with you, as he wished that he would do, because it was always his wish to journey outside of the bubble and be with your mother. I am not one to deny.
Okay, we can do this.
And he spins the clockworks, and it spins open, and there lined out all the bones, not in a skeletal form, but based on size. It's laid out like a bunch of tools and everything.
Okay.
Like this glass.
So I will bring forth my steel defender from my father's remains and call him Gomez.
he inspects. He says, "This is a wonderful creation." And in the back of the room, the Omnicom glows. So Uncle Gordon looks and realizes that he's like, "You have been accepted into the school with your great craft work." He says, if I happen to pass before you return from the Vale, just know that I will be laying here, and I hope that my final wish that you will make me into a clockwork servant to serve you as you rebuild our nation. So as he says, now I will let you upon a little secret, and this is for you alone. Many of the clockwork beings that have helped build the Drow and build the kingdom above are people because they wanted to be builders and helpers even after death. So when you see a clockwork being, just know that the world is built upon Drugar might.
Wow, that's something, Uncle.
It's like,
I don't know what to do with that knowledge.
It's like, so you may share or not. So just know that the magic that we had from being in Underdark helped power and build this world of marvel and above.
Okay.
So now I will use the Omnicom to call a train. So since it is lit, then your path is clear. You will now go to the school and be the last of us and be the best of us.
Thank you so much, Uncle, for everything you've trained me. I give him a big old hug.
So, is it come visit anytime? It's like, and may your adventures be profitable.
Thank you.
Do you leave the room?
I leave the room and look for the train.
All right, so you go. There is a track. There are like magical tracks and stuff. So you'll come,
Okay.
and then so it should be there within the hour.
Okay.